In an effort to address disparities in distance learning for vulnerable students, the council has submitted a proposal that would provide $1.8 million to support those students by adding educational enrichment and equity hubs. The funding was proposed by Councilmember Craig Rice, who chairs the council's Education and Culture Committee.
And so it was incredibly important for us, understanding that we're in a distance learning model now, that we needed to do more for these families, for these children, making sure that they had the ability to get the additional help that's needed, the additional resources, because it is hard. And it's one in which we see a lot of children struggling. And so having these hubs to be able to just provide that additional support that's necessary, whether it's homework help, whether it's just the guidance, whether it's just the comfort of being around somebody in person, all of those kinds of things are needed for some of our students who just are struggling with the distance learning model, and it's really not working for them, that are going to help them to bridge the time until we can get our kids back in school.
The Children's Opportunity Fund and the Black and Brown Coalition have partnered with county child care providers licensed by the state to deliver services in schools to implement educational, enrichment, and equity hubs. Currently, there are hubs in 9 county elementary schools. The funding would expand the number of hub sites by at least 20 to those low-income students while schools meet virtually.
This is going to be a very big deal for us because, again, when we're talking about our outreach, one of the things we know is that there are pockets of kids of need throughout the county. There is not one area. They're not just in Silver Spring or in Wheaton or in Germantown or in Montgomery Village. The reality is that they're spread all around the county. And so by setting up these hubs, we can look at where our students are struggling the most and make sure that we can give them the resources that they need.
This funding reflects the county's commitment to racial equity and social justice. The goal of the hubs is to provide virtual learning support to those vulnerable students who have been negatively impacted by the challenges of distance learning. A public hearing and action on this proposal is scheduled for November 10th. Reporting from Rockville, I'm Susan Kenedy.